What is happening, guys? Welcome back to another video here at Wicked Garage. You can see we have everything set up to continue and prime and raptor line this service body build. Before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Like, comment, and share. And I appreciate all the views and all the support in the recent videos. So let's get right into it. All right, guys, as you can see, we did all the body work and primed everything. My dad did a killer job, like he always does. Way overachiever. So everything looks really good. What we're gonna do is we're going to blow everything off, wipe everything off, make sure everything is clean, and then we're going to seam seal all the inside where the ridge is and wherever else needs to be seam sealed on the body. So once we do that, we can get right into priming, and then we'll have the raptor liner right after that. Just got done putting the first coat on the bumper. We're gonna let that flash, get that sprayed for a second coat. The bed is already pretty much coated and good. The next step on the bed is to go underneath, raptor line everything underneath, and then we're going to come out. We're gonna check the floor back here because we have to raptor line all on the top, the sides, and the floor. So I just don't want to step on this and start peeling and messing it up, because the texture will only cover so much mistakes with feet. I already dealt with that. It's a pain. So I'm just going to see if we have to. We'll do it first thing tomorrow morning, and then we'll let it dry for a couple hours and then go from there. But I think by the time we get underneath done and we can do underneath this, and then we do the inside the boxes, we should be good and set to do everything on top. Alright guys, quick little update before we get to painting the primer. Took a little bit longer to sand and prep and wipe down and blow everything off, but I had to figure out how to sand the raptor liner, which is actually pretty tough once it's all cured up. So what I ended up using is what they use to prep the actual truck bed. It's a filament nylon type grit. I guess it's 80 grit, but put it on a drill and it worked exactly how it was supposed to. So I was able to make some quick time, do that, and then sand the rest of the edges and stuff off from the overspray from the raptor liner and all that stuff. Get everything prepped. So now we are ready to put the sealer on, and then that'll have to sit for about an hour or so. And then we'll get into mixing up the carbonized gray metallic base coat, and then get right into painting a clear on this. Obviously this entire bed's going to be painted the carbonized gray inside and out. That is the reason why I actually sanded down all the raptor liner. But this stuff is extremely good. I recommend it. You know, it's just like Line X, but it's a lot cheaper. Obviously, I think I used four and a half kits or so between these, and then I have another kit and a half left that I have to do with all the other parts over there. So, but everything's looking good. We just have to seal this all up. I'm letting the primer activate, and then we're going to spray everything. So let's get into that. Also guys, one quick thing to mention is this is sort of an old school thing that I've seen online, and I wanted to give it a try because obviously when it's humid or when you're running the air compressor a lot, it builds up hot air, and by the time you get it there, if it's running on the cold floor, it ends up condensating and all that stuff. So what this actually does is it'll run through all that. That's all my water catchers and everything, so that's good. And it'll actually run up and then wrap around. It's an old school air dryer, so it traps all the water down here, and it allows the air to sort of cool down as it goes, which is pretty cool. And it's working awesome. All right, guys, it is Friday. We let this sit all day Thursday. I got done 12:30-ish, I think I said before, on yesterday morning, I would say. And then it's been drying since then. It's about 10 o'clock. We are, well, 10:30, whatever it is. But it came out really good. Definitely a great clear to use for a shop environment. This is a Euro clear, so it dries a little faster, just mainly because it mixed the hardeners. It's 2-to-1 ratio, so it's a big mix. And my uncle even said that I got to be careful with this because usually by the time you get from the front to the back or the back to the front, you know, it's all drying. But this clear really took well. It looks really good. The Raptor sort of sucked it in and looks really good. I have no complaints, and this thing is beautiful in the light. If you take an actual flashlight to this, it looks even better. It glistens. So what we're gonna do today is do all of the wiring, like I was saying in the last part of the video. I just wanted to get this, make sure it was dry, because I don't want to really be moving around, touching stuff while it's still sort of soft. So this dried up really well, and now we can finally get to the wiring. So we're going to put the junction box in the back. We're going to pre-wire all the lighting and run all the wires and everything, get everything set up. And then we're mainly going to do the top with the strobe bar. We have the lights up there. We have the backing plates for the Don't Tread on Me flag and the We the People flag. So we got to get those done. And then we're going to either rivet or bolt them on. I don't know yet. We might just rivet it with 3/16, but we will see. I sort of want to leave a gap in between there for rain just in case, or if it's wet. I don't like to put stuff like right on top of one another, but like I said, we'll see. We're going to get the strobe all wired up, the lights wired up, have our runs, run that down, you know, split off where we need to for the marker lights, and, you know, really get everything set up so that once we put this on later today or tomorrow morning or sometime whenever we do, we can just put it on and everything's going to be easily accessed. There is a switch going in the front right here. We're going to have a switch panel. I think we're going to do it on this. I don't know. I got to make a bracket anyway, no matter how we do it. I sort of wanted it out of the way, so I might make a bracket against here and then just throw the switch panel up there. That is going to control all of the lights up top, the interior lights, and whatever else we throw on there. I don't know what else we're going to have on there, but it also leaves room if he wants to add more lights or add something else. He can, it can get added pretty easily. So we're going to get right into that. And the first thing is the strobe bar, like I said. So we have a strobe bar. We got to figure out how this goes without the, without this controller and this thing. So we're actually going to cut this to whatever length we need to, and then figure out if we need both of these or we only need one. Now there is two. One's going to the controller and one's going to the power. So we'll see what it needs and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, we got the junction box in. Everything is pre-wired on the backside, sort of. We are working on getting the front done and drilling out holes on all the aluminum pieces. You can see we're sanding them down, and then we're going to tape them to this, and we're going to put the brush look to them. But everything is looking good. Everything lines up. We have to get these together. We have to weld the corners on the 4 areas, and then that way we can put it up, mark the holes out, drill them, and make sure everything fits right. We also have to make sure that the parking sensors fit in, which we ended up getting these. And we're going to modify these so that they fit. It fits the parking brake sensors, but obviously too big for the holes. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to put one parking sensor here, and then one parking sensor here, and then do a strobe and a strobe, and then do marker and marker. Might change, might end up doing a hole right there, drilling it out and just making it in between the markers, and then same with there. But I don't quite know yet. I think it'll be fine that way, but I got to figure that out before everything goes together on this. We can still sort of put this together, get this all welded up. Obviously it's gonna get welded on the corner, but we also have the switch. We have this back plate, which is gonna go behind those two flags. Already brushed the other one. This one is gonna get the brush finish as well. But overall, everything is going smooth. We just gotta finish up a few things. Hopefully Monday we can get this bed on and mounted. That way we can move on to the doors and everything else that we have to do. So still a lot to do, and I want to get this done by next weekend. So I guess we will see what happens. Let's get back into it. Alright guys, so before we end the video, as you can see, we got the corners all welded. We did this on all 4 corners, sanded them down. We have these mocked up, and then you can see we have where we have to drill the holes. I'll center punch them, drill them, and you'll sort of see everything come together in the next video a lot more than now. There's just a lot of little things, like I keep saying over and over again. It's a lot of work. And now we're down to the time crunch, so we're really going to go and get everything pretty much together, build the rest of the stuff, paint, you know, do everything that we need to do. But we had to get the fronts on before we can get the bed on. We have to paint these tomorrow, just the back sides. The front sides are already brushed like I wanted. And then those can get all done up. And then most of this stuff over here is sanded. Just the big doors need to be sanded, and the mud flaps have to be sanded. And then these have to be resanded after we drill the holes. But this goes on a bumper, both sides obviously. And then we have this piece for the back. We have to figure out the camera situation. On those, we have to figure out the parking sensors and how we're gonna mount the strobes and all that stuff. This is the back side of that goes underneath that little area. And then I'll show you the front side. You can see we have the front sections. So they're on both sides. They're just on with regular bolts. We have nicer hardware coming. We're gonna get button head stainless. They are coming for Monday. We have our strobe in the middle. The rest is all gonna be lights, just white lights. This will actually shine underneath the cab, which will be pretty cool. Might have to end up adding more, you know, down the road or something to the actual truck and everything. But right now we can wire the strobe up. So I had to have this all done so I can do the strobe, so that when this is on, I don't have to mess with trying to route that up and over the frame and all that stuff. You know, I'm just gonna have that all connected and then have a little lead where I can just drop it down and route it exactly where I need to go. Just makes things a lot simpler rather than being in a really messed up situation like we're going to be for all the additional accessories that we're going to have to install afterwards when this is on the truck. But it'll be worth it in the end. I think this is going to be really nice. Obviously, we have this carried out through the entire bottom. We have another piece here. I think there's 4 lights on that one. And then we have a 3-piece on the bumper. That will get a strobe in the middle. And then the back obviously goes around. And then we have all the lights and all that stuff. So it's looking really good. Next video, it's really going to come together. And yeah, it's been a crazy build. And it definitely looks really good. I'm very satisfied with it. The customer is extremely happy with it. And everybody's loving it. And I know you guys are loving the series as well. So thank you for all the support. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Like, comment, and share. And I will see you guys in the final episode, which is the next episode. Peace out, guys.